Law 2. Get a name in the game. A good name is like a credit card. You can use it when you don't have no cash at all. Dope man. The life. My daddy's name was Kali, but people called him Johnny Slick because he was always hustling somebody. If he wasn't beating people in pool, he was cheating them in dice. Johnny Slick was known in the pool halls up and down Madison Avenue and 63rd Street in Chicago. He was also known on the streets because he couldn't lose at shooting craps. He built his name himself, and he taught me the power of public relations and how to build a reputation. "Nigga, I'm Johnny Slick," he would yell in the streets. "Can't nobody fuck with me. I'm the greatest." And after hearing it often enough, people were convinced. As far back as I can remember, my daddy used to sit my 4 brothers and me down and make us say his name. "Who am I?" "Johnny Slick," we'd all have to say in unison. "What's my name, boys?" "Johnny Slick." We would go through this shit for hours sometimes. I would be so mad. But once I hit the streets and saw how many niggas respected my pops, it dawned on me that he was trying to teach us the importance of having a name. I used to go places and ask people if they knew my father, and they always did. When I was around 15 years old, I used to hang hard with my man JD, aka Father Divine, who was also 15. Neither one of us had a driver's license, but we had lots of money from hustling. On the weekends, we would rent a nice, shiny stretch limo and drive through our neighborhood, hanging out of the sunroof, throwing stacks of dollars onto the street. With each handful, we would shout our names. People would be going crazy. I would throw about 300 singles, and with each handful I would say, "This is from Ken Ivy, y'all." We started dressing like the pimps, shopping where they shopped, like Nile Bush and Brass Loop. We would go to school dressed like that. Our teachers looked at us like we had lost our minds, but the kids loved us. Everybody wanted to kick it with us, and all the older girls wanted to take us to the school dances. We were so popular that we never had to pay to get into those dances. We had already made the investment. By the time he turned 16, JD was an official pimp with 3 certified hoes. He was popping like a motherfucker with his pimping. His name was ringing like a cell phone. I watched how much shine he was getting, and I wanted some too. One day we were at his house, him, his 3 hoes, and me. We were sitting at the table just kicking it, and I said, "Man, I gotta get into this pimp shit." "No problem," JD said. "I got 3 hoes. Which one you want?" "The light-skinned one," I said, not believing he was going to give me my pick. Her name was Red. "Bitch, excuse my pimping," he said, "but you're with my little brother now." I don't know who was happier, the hoe or me. She was smiling like Miss Kool-Aid. "JD, here's what we're gonna do," I told him. I was always cooking up a plan. "We're gonna go hang out with the older pimps and steal their game right from under them." "Lil' bro, all we need to do, I'm already doing. Look good, smell good, and keep a fresh Fleetwood," he said. He was telling me to just build my name and the rest would come. Hoes, respect, money, and power. If people respect you, you got it made. I was able to quickly get a name in my own backyard. But the real test came when I decided to broaden my pimping. I decided to go to the biggest city in America, New York, and see how good my pimping was. I got to New York and the stakes got higher. The pimps up there were so big I really had to get it right. I couldn't have been in town more than 2 hours before I got knocked for the hoe I brought with me. My first day in New York and I got peeled. I was up there by myself, so I had to devise a plan, not only to make sure I had me a hoe to pimp, but also to get me a big name in the Big Apple. I had to get creative, and quick. I was pimping like crazy, and I decided that every time I peeled a pimp for his hoe, I would give him a Wall Street Journal folded around a banana. "It's in the news, you just been peeled," I would tell him. If the nigga wanted to talk some shit, I would put a bottle of ketchup under his tire and tell him, "You better catch up, 'cause my game is as thick as Heinz, and yours will never be as thick as mine." This would really make a pimp mad. Once I had him mad, he would be talking. The more he talked, the more he spread my name, and the more respect I started getting on the street. People were impressed with my style of serving a nigga. Nobody was doing the things I was doing. As I was trying to knock these hoes, I would drive around the track throwing payday candy bars out my window. "Make it a pimpin' Ken payday, bitch," I would say, trying to hit a hoe on her ass with the candy bar. Who is that nigga who keeps harassing us with candy bars? The hoes wanted to know, and they soon found out. Pimps wanted to talk to me about my tactics because it was really pissing them off. When a pimp confronted me, I was prepared. I would make sure to always have a bunch of lollipops handy and would give one to the angry pimp. "What's this for?" he would ask. "It's for you, sucker." I was always looking for a witty saying or looking for some sort of speech because I knew that would stick with people. Sometimes I could see it in a pimp's eyes that he wanted to kill my ass, but pimping is a non-contact sport. This is the NPA, the National Pimpin' Association, and I was number 23. I was the motherfucking Macca Jordan of that shit. Once I conquered New York City, I needed to take my name to the next level. I moved to Atlanta and decided to make a name for myself in hip-hop. I went to the clubs where the rappers hung out, shook hands with everybody in the club, and started talking to everyone there. After I was known, rappers started coming up to me. Once I had the ATL love, my next move was to get in their videos, talk on their albums, and get invited to all of the parties. I told them, "Y'all fuck with me, my name on the streets, and that gives you street credibility. If I fuck with y'all, then I get that rap and hip-hop credibility." I ended up on stage with Outkast at the BET Awards, and I was featured on Jermaine Dupri's album. Ultimately, it was them, Lil Flip, 50, T.I., Nelly, and Lil Jon, who made my name internationally known. The ism. When you first come in the game, nobody pays you any attention. You gotta keep your name popping until others keep it popping for you. It's not about being liked or loved. It's about being respected. When people hear your name, they have to first know who you are. Then they must know that you are good at what you do. A name is nothing unless people can associate it with something extraordinary. You have to have something to back it, some unique talent or knowledge. First, make sure you have something to offer, or else you'll be building a name in vain. Like my daddy used to say, gotta make sure they know you and respect you.